اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا وفقها في الدين يا رب العالمين وألحقنا بعبادك الصالحين. يقول الله عز وجل: قل من حرم زينة الله التي أخرج لعباده والطيبات من الرزق إلى آخر الآية. وعن أنس رضي الله تعالى عنه قال: قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: إذا استحلت أمتي خمسا فعليهم الدمار، إذا ظهر التلاعن وشربوا الخمور ولبسوا الحرير واتخذوا القينات واكتفى الرجال بالرجال والنساء بالنساء. رواه البيهقي. Here Anas radiallahu anhu narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, when my ummah they make halal 5 things which are haram, then upon them is destruction. Upon them is destruction. When they openly make la'na on each other, tala'un, la'na, they curse each other openly. This is very common nowadays, especially with social media. وَشَرِبُوا الْخُمُورِ, and they start drinking wine. They start thinking drinking wine is not a big deal, it's halal, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. وَلَبِسُوا الْحَرِيرِ, and they start wearing silk clothes. وَاتَّخِذُوا الْقَيْنَاتِ, and they start entertaining themselves with girls, young girls, dancing girls that dance and sing for them. وَاكْتَفَى الرِّجَالُ بِالرِّجَالِ وَالنِّسَاءُ بِالنِّسَاءِ. Subhanallah. This is the time that we are living in. Every single one of them is apparent in our times. ظَهَرَ التَّلَاعُنْ, everyone curses each other publicly to the whole world, for the whole world to see. They start drinking alcohol. They wear silk clothing because they've got the finances to do so, or they want to show off to others. وَاتَّخِذُوا الْقَيْنَاتِ, they are listening and entertaining themselves with girls that are singing and dancing and wearing inappropriate clothing. وَاكْتَفَى الرِّجَالُ بِالرِّجَالِ, and especially the last one in our times, that a man is sufficed with a man, meaning a man has relations with a man and a woman has relations with a woman. Lesbianism and gayism. Okay? These are the 5 signs which, if they become apparent, then destruction is upon this ummah. So unfortunately we are living in these times, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from such deeds and such actions. وعن صفوان بن عبد الله بن صفوان قال: استأذن سعد رضي الله تعالى عنه على ابن عامر وتحته مرافق من حرير فأمر بها فرفعت فدخل عليه وهو على مطرف من خز فقال له: استأذنت وتحتي مرافق من حرير؟ فأمرت بها فرفعت. فقال له: نعم الرجل أنت يا ابن عامر، إن لم تكن ممن قال الله أذهبتم طيباتكم في حياتكم الدنيا والله لأن أضطجع على جمر الغضا أحب إلي أن أضطجع عليها. رواه الحاكم وقال صحيح على شرطهما. Here one of the Sahabis, he was reclining on a pillow made of silk. He was reclining, and the other Sahabi told him to not address him, not to talk to him, but to take the pillow out. Meaning, it is a command from Rasulullah that we don't use silk even on pillows. And then he quoted a verse of the Quran that the luxuries of this dunya has overtaken you. The luxuries of this dunya has overtaken you. And then he mentioned that by Allah, that I cling to burning wood in the desert is dearer to me than to cling to silk. Okay? Meaning that Sahabi understood that it is a statement of Rasulullah and I should not be doing this. So he understood that he was in the wrong and he corrected himself. وعن معاذ بن جبل رضي الله تعالى عنه قال, this is one thing that we learn, Nahy Anil Munkar. When we see something wrong, we must correct them. We must correct whoever we see doing wrong. This is something which has become less and less in our community. That's why people have more audacity. People have more courage to do wrong, to do haram. Because our sasas and our uncles and our mamas are not telling our youngsters off for doing things which are inappropriate and wrong. This is our duty of the elders to especially admonish and advise the youngsters not to do things which are wrong and to tell them off, and to discipline them when they do something which is wrong, whether it's publicly or whether it's in secrecy. وعن معاذ بن جبل رضي الله تعالى عنه قال رأى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم جبة مجيبة بحرير فقال طوق من نار يوم القيامة رواه البزار والطبراني في الأوسط. سبحان الله. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam saw, here Mu'adh ibn Jabal radiallahu anhu narrates, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam saw a robe decorated with silk. Rasulullah immediately said, this is a collar from Jahannam on the day of judgment. This collar is from Jahannam, especially on the day of judgment. So this was a severe warning that a person must not be even embroidered gold on the sides. He must avoid. This next hadith is very similar to what we covered last week. عن جويرية رضي الله تعالى عنها قالت قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من لبس ثوب حرير في الدنيا ألبسه الله عز وجل يوما أو ثوبا من نار يوم القيامة. Whoever wears in this world silk clothing, on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make him wear the clothing of fire. Clothing of fire on the day of judgment. He will be wearing the clothing of fire. Imagine. وفي رواية من لبس ثوب حرير في الدنيا ألبسه الله يوم القيامة ثوبا مذلة من النار أو ثوبا من النار رواه الإمام أحمد والطبراني. And in another narration it mentions whoever wears silk clothing in this world, on the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make him wear the clothing of disgrace. The clothing of disgrace on the day of judgment. Meaning he will be disgraced through his clothing. Like the way he wants praise from other people in this dunya by wearing silk, on the day of judgment, he will be getting such clothing that will disgrace him. That will get him disgrace. Because he wanted to do it for the people's eyes. And for the people to say, شباش. رواه البزار عن حذيفة موقوفا من لبس ثوب حرير ألبسه الله يوما من نار ليس من أيامكم ولكن من أيام الله الطوال. وعن أبي أمامة رضي الله تعالى عنه أنه سمع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول من كان يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فلا يلبس حريرا ولا ذهبا رواه الإمام أحمد. Here Abu Umama radiallahu anhu says, whoever believes in Allah and the last day. This is very serious as well. Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir. Whoever believes in Allah and the last day. And this is part of our iman. آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله تعالى والبعث بعد الموت. Here again he says with those words, whoever has any single grain of iman, whoever believes in Allah and the last day shall not wear silk nor gold. And of course this is referring to men, and this is in Musnad Imam Ahmad. وعن ابن عباس رضي الله تعالى عنهما أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم رأى خاتما من ذهب في يد رجل فنزعه وطرحه وقال يعمد أحدكم إلى جمرة من نار فيطرحها في يده فقيل للرجل بعدما ذهب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خذ خاتمك انتفع به فقال لا والله لا آخذه وقد طرحه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم رواه الإمام مسلم في صحيحه. Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhuma, he narrates that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam saw another man wearing a ring made of gold. Rasulullah immediately took this ring off from this Sahabi and he threw it on the floor. And then he made a statement. He said, one of you intends to hold the coal of Jahannam in your hand, فيطرحها في يده. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is the reason why he threw it. Then another Sahabi said, take your ring of gold and benefit, meaning go and sell it and take money, sell the gold ring and get some money for it so you can use it. The Sahabi that Rasulullah took the ring off from, he said, La wallah, never. Never shall I pick up something and take benefit from something which Rasulullah has thrown. This was a part of the adab. This was part of the etiquettes and mannerisms. That Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, because Rasulullah done something in such a severe way, this Sahabi, he refused to even benefit from gold, from his own gold. He threw it and he left it. فقيل للرجل بعدما ذهب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم خذ خاتمك انتفع به فقال لا والله لا آخذه وقد طرحه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. We're going to start just now. Brother. وعن أبي سعيد رضي الله تعالى عنه أن رجلا قدم من نجران إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعليه خاتم من ذهب فأعرض عنه. In this narration, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu says, a man came from Najran, from a place called Najran to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He was wearing a gold ring. Rasulullah immediately turned his face away. He didn't look at him. Rasulullah didn't look at this person. He refused to look at this person because why? He's wearing a gold ring. This man was wearing a gold ring from the Bani Najran. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam وقال إنك جئتني وفي يدك جمرة من نار. رواه الإمام النسائي. Verily you have come to me and you are wearing a coal from the coal of Jahannam. Because he was wearing a gold ring. So this is very severe for all men. وعن أنس رضي الله تعالى عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال الله عز وجل من ترك الخمر وهو يقدر عليه لأسقينه منه في حظيرة القدس ومن ترك الحرير وهو يقدر عليه لأكسونه إياه في حظيرة القدس. رواه البزار بإسناد حسن. Anas رضي الله تعالى عنه, he reports Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam saying, whoever leaves liquor, alcohol, haram drinks, okay, can be in all those forms. Here he says khamar specifically, which is wine, okay, but it goes in all forms. Whoever leaves this, although he is able to do it, meaning it's easy for him to acquire the alcohol and to drink the alcohol and to have a buzz out of it. Whoever prevents himself, although he's able to do it, لَأَسْقِيَنَّهُ فِي حَظِيرَةِ الْقُدُسِ, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him drink from a special spring in a special sacred realm, okay? And this is called Hadhiratul Qudus. This is something which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has preserved specifically for those who prevented themselves from haram. وَمَنْ تَرَكَ الْحَرِيرِ, and whoever prevents himself from wearing silk, although he has the ability to do so, okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make him wear the clothing from Hadhiratul Qudus, again from this place, this sacred realm, sacred place that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has preserved for those who have prohibited themselves from that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prohibited. وعن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال ويل للنساء من الأحمرين الذهب والمعصفر. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, woe unto women over two red things, gold and multicolored things, things which are bright. Mu'asfar here refers to things which are extremely bright, because women wearing something which is extremely bright is going to get the attention from the wrong crowd, okay, the wrong crowd. Same thing with decorating themselves with too much gold. They get the attention of the wrong person, and then it will lead to other harams. If done, it must be done only for the husband. If a person is wearing silk, or if a woman is wearing silk or wearing gold or wearing shiny, fancy clothing, yes? Fancy clothing which is bright in color, clothing which is attractive, all these are for the husband only. Why marriages are breaking nowadays is because nowadays our women are doing the opposite. Our women are wearing the clothing in front of the whole world, and when it comes to the bedroom, nothing's happening. She's not dressing up, she's not even having a shower. Isn't it? This is the problem. A woman went to a sheikh she had problems. Asked a question. I'm going through big issues in my family. Sheikh said, look, are you working? She said, yes. When do you shower? I shower before I go to work. Sheikh said, look, shower and dress up and put makeup on just the way you do for work after you come back from work. Khalas. Within 2 weeks, everything was solved. Within 2 weeks, the whole marriage was solved. Nothing, no problems anymore. Why? Because our women are dressing up for work, they're not dressing up for the husband. Of course there's going to be issues inside the marriage. One last hadith, inshallah. وتقدم حديث أبي أمامة رضي الله تعالى عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال يبيت قوم من هذه الأمة على طعم وشرب ولهو ولعب فيصبحون. Subhanallah. This is exactly what is happening to us. And this is a great warning from Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم. Abu Umama radiallahu anhu says that a nation, from this nation, not to say it's from Bani Israel or something, from this nation, from this ummah, a group of, a qawm, a people, they will go to sleep eating, drinking, enjoying themselves, entertaining themselves. They will wake up in the morning. Before the morning, they will be made into monkeys and pigs, swine. They will be turned into humans. From this ummah will be sleeping. Before they sleep, they're going on a full stomach of food, they're drinking, alhamdulillah. They're enjoying themselves, lahu and la'ib. They're enjoying themselves, entertaining, nightclub, whatever nonsense that they're doing. They will be waking up in the morning and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turns them into monkeys and pigs. وَلَا يُصِيبَنَّهُمْ خَسْفٌ وَقَذَفٌ. And the earth will swallow them inside, meaning the punishment of Allah will be very clear. The earth will swallow them inside, and hijara, stones, will be thrown from the sky. In Bangladesh, what happened? Huge hailstones, isn't it? Is it falling? Why? It's because of our actions. Because of our actions. Look at this. فَيَقُولُونَ خُسِفَ اللَّيْلَةَ بِبَنِي فُلَانٍ. Last night, this nation was destroyed. This nation was sunk into the earth. You can't, meaning there's no life. You can't see anything. They're already inside the earth. They're already inside the qabr. You don't need to give them qabr anymore. Qabr is already there. They're already dead. وَلَا يُرْسِلَنَّ عَلَيْهِمْ حِجَارَةً مِّنَ السَّمَاءِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send them, on top of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send them stones from the sky. كَمَا أُرْسِلَتْ عَلَىٰ قَوْمِ لُوطٍ. As stones was sent from the sky on the qawm of Lut, the people of Lut, alayhi salam. على قبائل فيها وعلى دور وَلَتُرْسِلَنَّ عَلَيْهِمُ الرِّيحَ الْعَقِيمِ. And storms will come. Isn't storms coming in Dubai? Why? Haram, haram, haram. Keep on doing haram, Allah will send more. It's for us to wake up and to take lesson, not to do this, to tell those who are doing not to do. If the elders don't tell the youngsters of how is this society gonna function? You have to tell your women folk off, you have to tell your children off, you have to tell your bagna, batizi, bagni, all of them off. If you don't do amr bil ma'ruf and nahy anil munkar, who's gonna do it? If you don't tell your son off, your daughter off, who's gonna do it? The sheikh? Sheikh's gonna be in big trouble. Nowadays it doesn't work like that. Miss and ustad, and he can't tell the student off. They're too sensitive. They're too sensitive, unfortunately. And then the hadith carries on. The reason being is because of the excessive drinking alcohol. This is very rampant amongst Muslims as well. Unfortunately, they're selling alcohol. They're selling alcohol, they're drinking alcohol as well. And they're making it jaiz. 0.10% or something, I don't know. Something's coming out now in beer. Mate, alcohol is alcohol. Stay away. Allah has told you to stay away. وَلُبْسِهِمُ الْحَرِيرِ. And وَاتِّخَاذِهِمْ الْقَيْنَاتِ. Dancing girls. They go and listen to dancing girls, watch dancing girls on their phones, isn't it? Twerking and twirling. And they're wearing their silk and they're drinking alcohol and eating riba. Eating and qati'atir rahim. This is another one. Cutting ties of kinship. Cutting ties of kinship. Brother doesn't want to speak to brother. Mother doesn't want to speak to sister. Sister doesn't want to speak to father. Isn't it? This is another sign of the people that will get this type of destruction. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save all of us and all of our families and all of our cousins and relatives. But it is our duty. Don't forget that this is our duty. Amr bil ma'ruf and nahi anil munkar is our duty. If we don't do it, we are causing destruction and ghadab of Allah and the la'na of Allah to fall upon us. Okay? جزاكم الله خير. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.